Again, I think it's really interesting to think about other issues in terms of the oil and gas sector. I think probably the biggest thing that could move the needle in terms of physical market balances would be re-entry into the Iranian nuclear deal. If former Vice President Biden takes the United States back into that deal, you could potentially be looking at 1 million extra barrels of Iranian exports on the market in the back half of the year. I actually think that is the most impactful for price in the near term. Again, issues like removing subsidies for the oil and gas sector, that will require congressional support. That is a longer term issue. I think actually the near term issue everyone needs to be watching is what happens to those Iranian barrels. Again, there's certain things like, methane emissions, flaring. Those could raise production costs for the Permian. But again, I think the most consequential near-term issue for the oil market will be what happens with those Iranian barrels, whether they make it back onto the market or not.
Would a Joe Biden presidency be bad for the Middle East?
I think that is again, your part of the world, I think, is laser focused on this issue. I mean, certainly, I think for the traditional Gulf allies, the United States, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Bahrain, I think they will not be entirely pleased with the United States re-entering into JCPOA. That was such a source of tension during the Obama administration. But the Biden team would say, look, this is so important from the standpoint of proliferation. We need to essentially expand the amount of time it takes Iran to be able to assemble a crude nuclear device. So I think they are looking at this very much to the ends of counterproliferation as opposed to necessarily a regional issue. I think they're basically saying, we want to let the regional partners take the lead on trying to resolve Iran's behavior in the region. We're going to be laser focused on the proliferation aspect of Iran's nuclear arsenal, or what they could have potentially if they continue down the path they're on.